What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction. Back with some more Ninja Sex Party as part of the comedy music playlist provided by great friend Mikey. And the first two songs by these guys have been outrageous and hilarious in equal measure, so I can only imagine what awaits us in the next few minutes. And what awaits us is a song called Dragon Slayer, which is a fantasy gaming franchise I'm familiar with through my brother. I've been gaming since I was a kid, including role-playing games, but in particular, I remember my brother had, I think, a Dragon Slayer game on a couple different consoles. But yes, I wonder how directly this song will reference that franchise, and I might not be able to catch everything if there are specific, detailed references. But yes, I have no doubt it will be funny even if you don't know all the ins and outs of the Dragon Slayer franchise. It is called the level up version, which makes me wonder if there was a pre-existing version or if this is just styled in that way, because again, leveling up, a level up version is very much an old school video game type phrase. So yeah, I really don't know what to expect, but I know it'll be funny. Let's give it a listen. This is Ninja Sex Party. The track is Dragon Slayer, and it's the level up version.
Why, hello there. You're a very attractive young lady. I'd like to ask you out on the hottest of dates. I see that you have a lot of other gentlemen suitors. Allow me to make my case. This guy plays football, but I once won the whole Super Bowl by myself. This guy is a weightlifter, but I can bench an entire continental shelf. That dude is a scientist, but I already cured all diseases last week. And if that's not enough, let me ask, when was the last time one of these things killed a motherfucking mythical beast? Oh yeah, I will rock your world, 'cause I'm a dragon slaying girl. I shall now expose my chest. Don't act like you're not impressed. How hard did I just seal the deal with my dragon slayer seal? Do you feel all my sexy appeal and my story that's so very totally real? I rode up to the mountaintop. There was 90,150,100 feet in the air till I found the dragon's cave and I fought through his army of awesome karate bears. The dragon's breath was a blast from hell, and we fought too hard. I missed a long-standing appointment for brunch. Then I swung my horse like a club, and it caused a sonic boom that ruptured space and then exploded the sun. Oh yeah, you are now in love with both my dragon slaying nose. I killed a demon with these hands. Did I say I'm also in a band? In case you might need more proof, I brought the dragon right to you. It's the one that I slew in the test, and the story's totally true. Dragons. Dragon Slayer wife. Alright, now it's time to decide which lucky one of us is gonna be alive tonight. Oh, I see you've chosen football player and a scientist, and apparently the weightlifter as well, and the dragon, and Ninja Brian, and the Manticore. He wasn't even in this song.
It's so funny. I did wonder how that was going to end up. So, okay, like number one, it's funny. It's like, oh, you got a lot of suitors. Well, let me make my case. And then he starts by describing this guy's a football player, but what was it like? I can win a Super Bowl all by myself, and this guy's a scientist, but I cured, I forget exactly what the phrase was. So he's like, trying to contrast himself superiorly, I don't know if that's actually an adverb, in all the cases. And then he sort of goes into detail, and I enjoy the, descriptive phrases about the what was it, the dragon slaying gnomes, and he's talking about his exploits, and then saying like, hey, you can come back to my place, and can you guess what happens next? Yeah, that's right, I'm talking about sex, and you can be my dragon slaying wife. And he's like, he feels like he's across the finish line. Of course, why would she choose anyone else? And then suddenly it like scales back, and it's like, oh wait, you're choosing the football player? Wait, and the scientist? And the weightlifter too? Oh, and wait, the dragon? And then like Brian, like suddenly like the singer, the narrator is the only one who's not part of the intimate circle of this fair maiden that is being pursued. And I love the way it just sort of like screeches to a halt narratively. But I love also again the grandeur of the way he's describing his qualities and his exploits, and going into caves and so on, climbing mountains. So yeah, it's a very funny exposition of what the dream or the vision that the narrator has in his mind, and then the way it all comes crashing down or back down to reality. I do also like the Sonics. Again, they're big, they're like faux dramatic. It's not like taking itself seriously, but it's got a lot of energy, a lot of power. I especially love that kind of chiptune sounding, not like 8-bit chiptune, but kind of like 90s video game sound of that one synth line which crescendos as it like leads back into I think the last verse. So yeah, the Sonics sort of fit the environment of what is being talked about. But again, like with these guys, and after only 3 songs, I have this sense that like a really funny line is always like just around the corner. So I'm kind of following, and it's like, okay, like, he's making his case and he's contrasting whatever. And then again, that line about, well, can you guess what comes next? That's right, I'm talking about sex. It's just hilarious. And it's like, again, like there's this comedy waiting to peek out like at any moment in their tunes, it feels like, which again, the ending is a great example of that. So very, very funny. I'm looking forward to the remainder of the playlist. Mikey, if you're watching this, I had put the playlist on my old external hard drive, the one that crashed. Long story short, I've talked about this in some other videos, but I had an external playlist with an external hard drive with a lot of music on it, and it crashed, and a lot of the files are incomplete. I kind of restored it, but anyway, the download I got after that, it only had this track in there. So as of this moment, I don't have the additional tracks that were, I think, by a different group and that were like very video game focused. So yes, I'll probably talk to you before, I end up posting this. But the point is, I may need access again to those additional tracks now that we've gone through the Ninja Sex Party ones. In any case, let me know what you think of this, and I will see you for the next one. Peace.